recording. So, guys, thank you for coming on. The topic of today is how to remain consistent. I know a lot of people don't talk about this because they're not consistent. They're teaching you bullshit. They're teaching you how to catch one strategy. This strategy made me this much, that blah, 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 psychology, this. And they just, everybody wants to be your your good moral compass online when the truth is most of them are not practicing what they preach. Thankfully, you know me as somebody who shows up, shows you the results, and I make sure you understand that I'm putting my money where my mouth is every single time. So at least I got some type of social proof. You guys have built that relationship with me. So it is within my rights to let you know how I've been able to learn to become consistently profitable because there's a big difference between being profitable and consistently profitable. The difference is being profitable can be something that happens sporadically for you, off and on, or you take advantage of one major setup a month, one major setup a week, you just capitalize and you're done, right? But out of the several months or weeks, it's kind of like break even, loss, 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 loss. It's not consistent. But being consistently profitable means like month after month, or at least if there's 12 months and you traded all 12 months, 8 out of 12, you finished profitably. 7 out of 12, 6 out of 12, right? And even if it becomes less than that, let's say 5 out of 12, out of those 5 months that you traded, 4 of them or 3 of them, you've made your biggest profit. Let's say you made 10,000 in January, you made 4,000 in February, you made 2,000 in March, you made nothing in April, but then by May you made, I don't know, 3,000. Would that warrant you to? Would that justify someone as a consistently profitable trader? Yes, yes, right? Because you won more than you lost, whether it's profit or it's the consistency of the profit, right? It outweighs the bad. The good, the profitability outweighs the unprofitable days and months and weeks. But how do you remain consistent? Well, it starts like this. If Monday, for example, I had a $6,500 win for the day, Tuesday, I'm not about to come in here trying to risk the same amount or the same level of risk. This is called a cushion. So the next time I trade, I need to take from that cushion and risk accordingly, right? Because as the account grows, they don't tell you this, but there are some adjustments that have to be made. They have some, just like when you're driving, as the road starts to curve a little bit, or as you start to get closer to the red light, you're not still speeding. I would hope you're not. You're not still speeding. So on Tuesday, I'm already waking up like this. Hey, if I don't see my setup, or if I see a setup that's not 100%, um, the probabilities are not as high, I'm probably going to risk half of what I usually risk. Or if I'm up for the week already, I'm probably going to take from this money and I'm going to risk maybe 10 or 20% of it. That way, if I lose, there's still something from the gains that I still gain. And that's telling me, hey, you're doing a good job. It looks like you're going to win the week after all. And there are times during the month where I did not have such a strong week. And I'm like, you know what? I'm only going to find me a setup like the breaker block, the previous day retest, maybe some buy side liquidity sweep, or the most important and most profitable is usually the 4 hour structure, right? So The previous day retest for me and the 4 hour structures uh along with like the sweep of the London or the retest of the 930, these are typically my go-tos. So I have a few good strategies, great high quality strategies. So if this one's not going to play out, I'll know this one I might be looking for. And if that one is not present right now due to the market conditions, then I know I'm going to have to just wait. So right there and then, if you don't have go-to setups, you're always going to feel like you're missing out on an opportunity, which is causing you to not be able to hold yourself together until the opportunity presents, because you're always going to say, Hans, it's easier for you to say that, bro, because you're making money. No, that's not true, because I'm over here having to maintain money too. You probably haven't gotten there yet. That's a bigger battle than you think. A lot of celebrities, you look at them, they still have the clout, but they lost the money. They fumbled the bag because money doesn't really stay. You have to learn how to maintain it, and manage your emotions while you're maintaining it. Right? So you're always going to feel like, but Hans, you don't understand. I got a challenge to pass. We understand that, but it's not up to you. Our goals is not up to us to to reach them when bad market conditions are here. It's up to us to wait for better conditions to meet our goals. Does that make sense? All right. So this is why I don't have no problem waiting, because I have confidence in a few great setups. When they show up, I'll know how to move accordingly. So if you're still struggling with that, or somebody had just reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'm having this constant problem every single time that I pass a challenge. I can't." Every time he has passed a challenge, he can never keep it while he's live. You know why? Every time you guys trade off of survival, by the time you make it to live, you still feel like you gotta survive your way into taking a trade, no matter how risky it is, and then you end up blowing it. You're supposed to still pace yourself. I'm not sure if y'all ever watched um a tennis match. Like, you could feel the tension, right? You could feel it. But at the same time, you notice that the player that loses their composure are usually the ones that lose the match. I don't even know who this is. I just see iPhone 333, so you're good. Guys, always do a double check to see what your name says, so people can identify you when you show up on the webinar. There's like two people here that I don't even know who it is. I don't know who it is. Right? So, how you try your best to maintain your composure is by knowing what setups work for you and what conditions don't. Because if you're always super hopeful about everything will work out, you're going to take bad trades and you're going to hate yourself for it. Don't be trying to take bad trades and just be like, oh, everything is going to work out just fine. No. You know that everything will work out to a certain degree when you've identified the conditions over and over and over. You know what to expect typically. This is why I had such issues in May, because I'm like, yo, I know the setup. I've seen this setup 1,000 times. The first day it drops, the second day it sweeps London or retests London or maybe sweeps Asia, then it continues. Why the hell is the market doing this? That, then back up again. Like, what is that? And then the next day after that, it does exactly what it should have did the day prior. I'm like, you see, this right here is some bullshit right there. How do I know it's such bullshit and I'm like standing on it? Because I know that this is not typical behavior. And so May taught me a valuable lesson. It challenged my intelligence. It challenged what I know that I know. Not that what I think I know, what I knew that I knew should be a typical behavior out of the market. And right there and then, as I started taking huge losses out of ego and and frustration and confusion, I was like, wait a minute, who's losing here, bro? You or the market? Yeah, okay. Rhetorical question. I'm like, bro, you know what? Let me let me relax because there's still a few setups that the market has no choice but to respect. And that's the 4 hour structures. When it makes it there, there's a lot more of a probability that they're going to have to need one or two sessions to reverse. But if I follow up with them, they'll respect it and then I'll scale. Which brings me to the last part, scaling. If typically you enter a trade with $20 and you put your stop loss above and you expect price to play out very well, if it played out very well, the next time you trade, don't do the same thing. Scale a little bit less. Scale a little bit less so that way you can add to the gains instead of risking the whole gains. You guys agree? Instead of risking the whole gains of the prior win, you want to scale just a little bit lower. Like if you was driving the car and you put the speed up to 6, as you start to like gradually move towards the curve, you gotta shift down. You gotta downshift into 4 or 3. So instead of using, let's say $5 and $5 made you $100, don't go for $5 on the next trade. Go for 3. Go for 2.5. Play the game, manage the clock. Okay. And I really don't ever want to hear nobody who's a trader and who's not consistently profitable judge any athletes, whether that's NBA, NFL, or FIFA. You don't know how to play ball. You are a fan. You are on the sidelines. You are a bench player. Don't talk like you're a starter because you're not reflecting that when you're trading. You don't know how to manage fourth quarter and still win the game and not let the opponent get up on you and create an upset match. So, game management, time management is very important when you're trading. All right. Shot clock management, playing that good defense. Because this is why you hate the fact that Hans, bro, I'm sorry I haven't been really posting as much in the chat. Is because like I keep sabotaging, right? I'll make profit, then the next day the market was supposed to do this, and it did it. But part of you is saying, "Damn, yo, I know that's not the full story, but I just can't wrap my finger around it." Well, I'm here to let you know is because the next day that you come to trade, you got to scale down just a little bit because chances are the same setup that you caught yesterday is not the one you see today. And so the quality of the setup already might put your account at risk. So the next time you take risk, control the range of the risk that you take. So with me, on a high quality setup, I'll risk it. But on a mid quality setup, I will not risk the same thing. I will decrease the risk. And when I see the high quality setup again, I'll risk a little bit more than the mid risk that I take, being mindful of the profit that I made before. And that's the secret to consistency. Are you guys with me?
Yes,
Can everybody relate or can we not relate?
I can relate.
You know, nobody else is going to teach you this because it's either they're not profitable or they don't want you to be profitable, right? Because it doesn't benefit them, right? It don't benefit them that you making withdrawals and you're profitable because you're be booked, or you got to keep buying the futures prop firm challenges. They will never tell you that, or they've never been there to make it because they're so busy making so much money that it doesn't matter for them to be consistently profitable, right? So there's a science behind profitability. There's a science behind profitability. And it's about knowing how to control the vehicle. So it requires making a judgment call and say, you know what? I could have anyone say, "Hey Hans, I haven't seen any trades this week." And I'm like, "Yeah, because the trades are not in our benefit right now." For example, um sometimes in the beginning of the session, like I said, if I'm not seeing anything, I used to try and force it, and then by 12, I finally come to my senses, and I'm like, bro, in 2 hours you lost that much money, and now the setup is finally clear, and I don't have the courage to take another trade. How many of you guys have been through this situation? Just Bianca. Is somebody right now trying to find an opportunity in the markets just to feel like they did something today? There's no setups, guys. And that's okay. You didn't miss out on anything. The setup was not there. It was not clear. And if it became clear after and you don't see any way to profit off of it, that means it's cool. Today is just Tuesday, bro. Like Thursday might be the better day. You just got to now follow up just to see if that is the case. Still be ready to execute, but keep your gun in the holster. Yeah, because you guys are usually trading off of survival. The best setup always comes after blowing up an account. Yes, because you were impulsive and you were just seeing today. You know, a lot of people that look like me die before 30 because they live on a day to day basis. They don't be thinking 5, 10, 20 years. Where I'm from, bro, niggas don't make it past 30. Okay. What are we doing about that, fam? Why are we risking ourselves? It's like, bro, I'm just living for the day, bro. Just surviving for the day, man. Day by day, we getting it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Life is not just about a day by day mentality. It's about months, weeks, years from now. So that's why sometimes I be telling y'all, yo, if you didn't win the day, think about winning the week. But that probably flies above your heads because, like, what do you mean by that, huh? Do make decisions that's going to still have you trading an account that's still here. Like make decisions that's just going to still not cost you an account. Make a decision, make it look like you're making a decision that's actually saving the account for when the better setup shows up. Because if you keep trading like that better setup is not coming tomorrow, then you're being very narrow minded. You're being very short sighted. Stop it. You need to ask yourself, okay, you know what? There will be a better setup. Your mind is going to challenge you, be like, how do you know? It's like, well, when I see this setup, I will trade. When I see the market retest the 4 hour structure low, last week's low, yesterday's low, then I will take a better trade. I will attempt a better trade and I will scale in it. Some of us don't like to swing trade. I know I don't usually like to swing trade, but there are setups. If you start swinging it by dividing the positions into 3 or 4 or 5, you will actually last the 2 days that the trade setup needs. Me, I trade certain lots that I know within 30 minutes to an hour and a half or three, I'm good for the day. But I know personally the setup could have given me more if I had divided the positions into 5, 6 instead of just 1 or 2. Make sure y'all taking notes. All right. So now, is everybody on the same page? Is this bringing some clarity?
Yes.
Okay. Gonzi just said I was about to say thank you for the call. You sounds like you were about to think about that. All right. One of the things that I wanted to also talk about is I've had some partners that I thought by now would have finished the project so I could introduce it to you, but they're still not done yet. But I desperately, desperately, I honestly can't wait until everybody has access to their own performance data. A lot of you guys wanted to trade MT5 so bad that you didn't really want to give Liquid Charts Pro a chance. But I've shown you guys why I love this broker so much, because off the strength of going to account history, and we can pull up this data very, very, very easily. And it shows exactly how much profit I've made, what percentage in returns, what pairs I typically trade, how many trades I've taken. Quick math. Which pair do I trade the most? Bingo.
Good.
Go.
Bingo. Everybody sees it. Everybody sees it. What is the pair that I go to besides gold the most?
US 30 and GU.
Right. How do you know?
That's it right there.
Right. The win rate might not be up there anymore because I traded a lot or I took a few losses a lot. For example, with US 30, I'm not going to lie, I stayed away from US 30 for a while and I didn't realize fear caused me to stay away for a good month and a half because of that last time we was all on the call and I took buys for US 30
No one is it does.
and then it sold and I'm like, what? I just was so perplexed. And every time I tried trading it for some reason, I was just taking big losses. So I said, you know what, 30, I love you, but I'm going to have to love you from a distance. I'm going to have to love you from a distance. And I stayed away. And I also realized the lot sizes I was used to taking were messing me up. So I had to like really find my edge again. Started picking back up in May. I mean, in June, sorry. Took a little bit of loss again. I'm like, okay. Gonna wait for a better setup. Found another setup. And it was a back and forth until finally I started picking up my speed again. And I'm like, yo, Hans, stop fighting it, bro. You need to scale down. Stop putting that $5 and adding four positions of $5. You're trading $20 in uncertain markets, bro. It's okay. Calm your ego down. And it's like, yeah, but I want to make back the losses. I know you do, Hans. I know you do. But bro, at what cost? Please scale down. Please. Had to listen. Then, although I lost about 6,000 off of all these trades that I was taking and took losses on, I said, you know what, bro? You're the type of trader that I know. It only takes you that one good setup to make 6,000 back. Is you just gonna have to wait. So let me see you wait, bro. And I want to see you get rewarded for waiting. And yesterday, I literally haven't traded US 30 that much. And this was one of my biggest lots that I've used in a long time, which made me six bands yesterday. And as soon as I saw that, I said, yeah, typically I'll hold positions here. Nah, I'm going to make exactly what I said I wanted to see back to cover all the losses from US 30 that I've taken these past couple months. And now I'm a net positive of 2.2K from US 30 trades, even though the balance itself was added a good 7,000. And honestly, I'm up 18K for the month, right? Since the first, I had a $1,500 day, lost 1,400. The third, I made 1,400, 1,700, 28, 25, 39, 62. Now, let's take a look at the percentage of return. Notice that since I had one of my biggest days uh right here on the 19th of June, I slowed down. I'm like, bro, you don't need to have no 75% day when the account was where it was. And so you'll notice since July, I've been having 11% days, 9% loss, 10% day, 11% day, 16% day, 13% day, 18% day, 24% day. You notice how I'm driving the Lambo, but I'm not putting it on the sixth gear. I'm keeping it right there, keeping the rev up, keeping it at four, three to four to five. I'm cruising because I know if I force it, it might be at the expense of the account. And now a 10% day is all I need. A 7% day, 5% day. It's a different size account now. So I don't need to go for like big days, big days, big days. I could literally just throw the short pass. I could literally take the 2 pointers. I don't need to be trying to go for three. And you don't neither. That is the art and the formula behind consistency, the art of winning and staying in that zone. It's the same way when you come up off some money. Don't change your budget so drastically. You're gonna come back broke, bro. I just seen yesterday Ali posted something and then Tory Trace posted something, and then he was like, "I had one of my biggest trading withdrawals and I feel shitty." And then the other one, Tori was like, I just literally had my biggest withdrawal, I think she also said, and she feels lonely. And this is one of the topics I wanted to talk about. If you don't have a real reason why you want to make certain amounts of money, it's going to feel so weird and disgusting because the reason behind why you were chasing success so much sometimes, me and you guys, is because of survival. and certain goals we've had in our minds. But if you don't have real family, real purpose, and real vehicles to put your wealth once you get there, it's gonna feel empty. Like it even brings me to ask, these past 10 years with MLM culture, do y'all really want to be 6 figure, 7 figure traders, or is that just something you've been told so many times as you just recite it? Do y'all really want to be 6 figure traders, or is that just like some goal that they sold to you and you've just been blindly saying that you want to be, but you don't even know half of the sacrifices that it takes to do that? First, you need to have better credit. You would probably need to have more capital that you can manage. And you can't do it by putting $100 here and there and just like trying to flip it. You're supposed to make gradual profit. And how about we just focus on our bills instead? Trying to knock two or three of them at once, or being a lot more um, capable of taking care of them first. Like, let's start here first. Everybody's chasing around goals that they're not even ready to accept and embrace. It's levels to this. And when what you're asking for, you got to be careful what you wish for, because once you have it, you have to maintain the blessing. So it all comes back full circle. You want to be a consistent trader. You want to have 5K days, 10K days. But do you know, Bianca, how did it feel when you started seeing actual profits? It felt weird, right?
Yep.
You never thought you'd ever feel this way, right? It's like, what the hell? Isn't this what I wanted?
Right. Exactly. That's a whole nother mental you gotta deal with.
It's almost like, yeah, all right, that was cool. I liked it. That was a cool roller coaster ride. Do you want to go again? Maybe not so much. Then the mind
Right.
starts to say, "Hey, let's create a great plan, guys. I have an idea. Let's self sabotage and go back to where we came from because we're more comfortable this way. It's less work." You know what? Yeah, that's a good idea. You start seeing yourself fucking yourself over.
You're not lying.
You back to your comfortable. It takes levels to be excellent and maintain excellence. It can crush you. So rather do what you're used to and just gradually work towards it, because chasing towards getting there fast is not really going to help. That's why most people who win the lottery go back broke by like 3 years or less. A lot of us grew up wanting to be great traders, six high next net worth traders, but we barely know anything else about financial literacy. Imagine you're trying to be a great trader, you don't even really know how money works for real. So you stuck chasing. You don't even know how it feels to see 10 bands, 20,000, 50,000. You don't even know how that feels. You never even practiced it long enough on demo. You don't even know how to do that consistently, but you want to be a 6, 7 figure trader. It doesn't work. That's why a lot of y'all have such a hard time too with these 6 figure prop firm balances, because you never been around money. You even try to put yourself in a place where it's like act like you've been around this before. It's unfamiliar to you. Do you know I used to treat 7 figure accounts like it was real since like 2017? I would literally trade a 6 figure account just like it was real. So I knew how to future set myself when the time came. So when I'm managing 6 figures and 7 figures, it feels very boring and unfamiliar, because it's like, you know what? I did pray for this, but damn, it feels empty in a way. It's like I'm kind of just playing with numbers, but I'm aware that is very serious. you know? So so you guys have to really pay attention to these things, guys. I'm so serious. Bianca, you said, can I be honest? Talk to me.
The time when I had my 3K day, like I was like, I don't know, like anxiety came over me.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like the next day, I think another 2K or something like that. I don't know, but within 3 weeks, I had 10K like in the broker account.
Right.
And then I was just going to work, and one of my bosses, I was like, yo, I'm seeing this money in my account, and my anxiety is so high. Like, I really don't know what to do. And he was like, well, you got to pray. And I'm like, I know I prayed, but it's still there. I'm like, what if I don't like make it again? And then I just kept doubting myself, doubting and doubting. And I'm like after that, what happened? I think I lost only like $300. I was like, no. And then I stopped trading for like 3 weeks. That's why I went ghost. And then I'm like, damn, yo, I can't stop trading because like it's eating me up. I'm like, I know I can do it, but it's like this fear. It's like, what the hell? And I think I told you that. I'm like, yo, this anxiety is like something weird. It's like I'm seeing this money. I got the money in my account, and now I feel like I can't do it again. Like that's like I think that's mental, but it's like I
Yeah.
don't know if you get what I'm saying, but like
I
that was like a big.
experience it every day.
It's crazy. Junk is crazy.
But
I,
now let me tell you what's going on. Number one, the coworker told you to pray because that's all they know how to do. They're not a financial advisor. They're not in the realm of money. They just work. So they
Mhm.
didn't have any advice besides praying for you. That's another category right there. Number two, there was nothing wrong with praying. I know a lot of people think right and they go left. I'm saying prayer should be a starting point, not the end all be all. Because even Abraham had to tend to his sheep and the land. A lot of people in the Bible were wealthy, by the way. They had
True.
huge opportunities and responsibilities to maintain lineages. They had mad sons and daughters. That's already wealth right there. Some people fumbled the bag or they were tested and still got the bag again. And then the story ends. Bars, right? But something had to happen in between for them to be wealthy and begot so and so and begot so and so and begot somebody else and then the wealth kept on passing down, right? Because they were also teaching them financial literacy. They were also teaching them how to maintain wealth. Bow. Now, when you're up, you need to withdraw and have a plan. I'm gonna take care of my bills months in advance. I'm gonna put my money in an ETF, right? Gonna put my money in a high yield savings account because the anxiety you're having is actually you're supposed to have it because the money you thought you kept on asking for, now you have it. It's like, now what? Hey, the money, I am the money you asked for.
Right.
And so you don't want to lose what you just worked hard towards because you're like, this feels like luck because you've never been here before. You want to keep having it, but you feel lucky. And you're like, nah, that can't be me. Is this for me? Like, for real? You for real? Yeah. Nah, man. I ain't never had nothing. You start confessing. But the truth is, you got to make plans about things that you've made, you've achieved, you've accomplished. All right? You got to take care of certain things or create an emergency savings. And then you review the trades that you took that actually contributed to you making this money. Because I told you Quell this. I said, yo, Quells, congratulations. I think it was 2023 or 2024. I can't remember. Those 2 years are like this to me, right? I'm like, hey, you might not see this yet, or it might start to creep up on you, but this is called the anxiety of winning. And it hit me hard one time. I'm like, holy shit. That's probably why I slowed down this year too. 2024, I was having 40K days, 50K. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? Like, it's really working and it's working at scale. But then I'm like, whoa, I need to slow down. I need to get back to being grounded because there were times I'm losing certain amounts of money too. And I'm like, it doesn't kind of mean much to me. And I'm trying to cope by saying, oh, I'll make it back with this setup. I'm like, but bro, you just lost 20, bro. Who are you? And it made me feel bad. And I realized, you know what, this whole chasing thing, it's not all that worth it like that. It needs to come with some form of control, or else you might lose yourself, right? So I started realizing that most traders are being taught how to trade, but not, they don't have a financial literacy effort that they're learning about. So then they don't know what to do with money. So they gamble and they give it back to the market, right? You're just trying to create new numbers out of thin air, but not knowing what to do with it. Biggest thing you need to do is withdraw. Withdraw, put it in an emergency savings account. You'll figure out what to do with it next. You sit down, if you got a husband or a wife or whatever, you got a boyfriend or you by yourself, or go talk to a financial advisor. That's why a lot of times like these guys will downplay the fact that, oh yeah, I'm making more than a hedge fund in a month. Oh, they must not know something I do. No, you've never managed billions of dollars or millions of dollars. 4% is not their 4% is not your 4%. 27 million might be the 4% that they made. 27,000 might be the 4% that you made. $270 might be the 4% that you made. It's not the same 4%, right? Now, once you figured out how to make money with this market, you now have a responsibility and obligation to figure out how to be better financially educated. What other vehicles can I also put this money so I don't lose it? Because what we do is a high risk business. So you have to learn to put your money in different vehicles and also take care of bills months in advance so you could be at ease. So now your mind is not forcing you to like be delusional, or the anxiety's not hitting you as much anymore because you actually have set plans on what to do with the money. And it's not just about a goal on always just like forcing to make money for what reason. So once you start to have a set plan for what to do with money, you'll feel less shitty about making money. Because why would you feel shitty about making great money? It's because of the intention and the drivers, the fuel that was driving you to make this money in the first place. Because it's abundance now you're tapping into. I've seen this other guy, Honcho. He's in e-commerce. He went to sit with one of the wealth managers because he's making millions in e-commerce, and they sat down with him and they said, "Hey, for you to be at certain levels by the next 5 years, you're gonna have to make a plan. Put $300,000 here every 4 months, so that way you can have like a wealth index account." And I'm like, damn, this young man is smart. He's making a lot of money with e-commerce. Instead of just seeing these numbers on his Stripe account, he's now moving it into different wealth vehicles. All right. So trading is just one way to make money. But from there, you have to find different vehicles to help you keep up with the wealth. Does that make sense, everyone? And I know this conversation is heavy, and y'all not even at some of y'all are like right here in the first stage, but it's damn good to hear somebody tell it to you like it is. It's better for you to hear this 10 years before you finally figured it out than never hearing it at all. How many people would be like, man, I wish somebody told me this 10 years ago, 5 years ago? All right. Y'all are really getting good at making money, but not knowing how to keep money or how to actually do something with money because it's just a game of wins and losses and ego, but it's much more than that. Okay. So now let's transition into technicals. Did anybody have anything else they wanted to say? Even if it's a no, write down no in the chat, please. Okay. All right. So thank you, Fadner. That definitely is appreciated. All right. We started the week looking at gold. In the beginning of the week, it looked as if price was just going to retrace into this 4 hour structure. And the second time they came here, we maybe expected it to buy, but as we are looking at it in real time, gold is selling off. So if we can't find no entry, which we're not, we're just going to wait on areas of demand to see if gold respects it. So this is the type of situation where we have to let the session tell us the intention of the market instead of trading it. Because we needed to find somewhere to stop selling at, or we need to see the next day pull back, fail to make a high, and we'll trade the continuation back down. Because what if price now is looking for the next area of demand like 32.95? Because it's falling like a knife right now. And it's 12:17 p.m. And if Natisha's still here, remember when we texted at 10 in the morning and I said, hey, bro, let's kind of wait a little bit because by 12 to 12:30, the market will be more clear on where it's heading. So instead of these past 2 hours, just keep guessing and just attempting and just being discouraged about getting stopped out. Now we're like, you know what? I'm glad I sat on my hands for 2 hours just to see where we were really going. It helps tremendously because it's only Tuesday. And what a pair like US 30 will do is on a Wednesday, they might literally just come up and retest today's price action. But this time you have better understanding of where structure is headed. Because on a 4 hour time frame, it's pretty much looking like price could sell off right back down to like the 43,700s. All right. The first target, at least right now, and they might hit it today, is the 41 111s or even the 44. Oh, I'm sorry, I said 41. 44 111. or 44069, this demand zone right here. Why? Because as we're looking at it in the beginning of the session, the week, Monday, July 14th, price bought all the way up here. By 8 p.m., it swept last week's highs because now we're catching up on what it really did for the whole entire last 24 hours. We caught this buy right here because price swept 4 hour structure, did a break and retest. That made sense. And they bought all the way up until the next 14 to 20 hours. Did we not say that this is what 4 hour behavior does? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do we not have more proof that this is what 4 hour structure behavior does? Yes or no? This is how we learn to trust our eyes, guys. I don't be pulling up with these facts out of nowhere and I'm a goat in this. No, I be sitting here, I'm like, what the hell? It's like every time price sweeps 4 hour low and they break in retest by New York, they freaking move for like 12 hours or more. I'm like, this sounds like important information. Let me screenshot it, add it to my pile of things that the market snitched on itself and I didn't really catch on until now. And the next time I see it, I'm like, boy, I'm about to make some money. And I'm like, guys, the market did this and did that, and it's gonna play off of like, oh my God, Hans, you were right. Oh, you're a goat. No, not really. I just got really good at seeing what the market keeps doing over and over. Now I'm very sure on when this setup could be a recovery trade for me, especially when my clients or other people who don't trade as well. It's like, yo, bro, I'm seeing losses after losses. What's going on? Or when should we see recovery? I'm like, don't worry. When the market shows me selective setups like that, then I'll know how to catch up with my goals. I'm not about to get pressured by nothing these days because, well, sometimes there's pressure. But I control the pressure because I have proven systems that I've seen play out a certain way, and it'll help me in the future to know how to pass that challenge, how to get a payout, how to actually make certain amounts of money that I need, that I'm not just being delusional about because I've been studying the setup and I see that it stays true to the same behavior over and over and over and over and over again. And I want y'all to see it too because that's going to help you make profit over and over and over again because I want to see results that are being duplicated in my community. I don't want to just see a whole bunch of people that are not really breaking through. That makes me feel some type of way because, like, now you guys are part of my circle, and the circle is supposed to have more killers than that. Because if the leader of the pack is outgrowing his circle, now it's like we're we're very much at a disparity, and it's either I bring more killers in the group, and some people won't be like, yeah, I can't be here. Is this too many winners, and I just can't get it, Hunts. I have to try and try and try. It's just not working for me. And I'm like, how is it that I'm winning and I'm teaching this over and over, and it's like no growth? Am I the problem? Nah, that's too egotistical. The world doesn't revolve around me. So then I have to go back and start to figure out what is the problem so I can help my people win, even if I know it takes a while to win. But man, I'm not going to keep preaching about the 4 hour structure and barely anyone is catching it. What? At that point, that's not my issue. That's a you issue. Are you doing the homework? Are you screenshotting it like I'm showing you? Do you have multiple proof of something that works so you can actually execute it? You say you want to be making six figures this year. It's July, and you still don't know what a 4 hour structure does and how long it should last and how much money you can make. How can you scale it? Because you're always so focused on just that one day that you need to win, enforcing the bad ones. It's a bad habit, guys. It don't matter how much analysis we do together. If you don't know the specific ones, it's not gonna mean nothing. Am I talking to y'all today? Is it making sense?
Yes.
Because I want to see y'all win for real. It's 2025. I've been said that since 2024 and the year before that. If it's one good setup that y'all really gonna have to learn to the T, please study it. It makes you look like you're not delusional when your family's saying, "Yo, I thought you said this would work by now. Like, why is it not working?" You know, that crap hurts. And then now you keep forcing the trades just so you could prove something to your people. Then it's just like it defeats the purpose. That's the wrong energy. Okay, guys? Okay, now we know who iPhone is. Let me rename you real quick. I don't want y'all just to be proud of me online. I want y'all to become proud of yourselves. I don't want people to just be rooting for everybody else so hard, but then they never end up seeing their own potential. It hurts to keep clapping for everybody else. And you're dying a little more inside every single day. My win is not your win, but I want us to win together so I could clap just as hard for you. Do y'all feel me on this one? I want to congratulate you this year. I want to be so happy for you. I want to be so proud of you and like really shout you out like, yo, this is my student. They've been grinding for so long, but look at them now. I want to do a trip. I want to come visit y'all. I want to, but damn. Like I was telling somebody this the other day. They texted me, "Hey Hans, can you do me a favor?" And I already knew that text message wasn't gonna be about nothing but that. So I said, "Ah, here we go. Hey, bro, if it's about money, bro, I can't do it because I'm the chosen one in my family. I hold down the pressure very well, but trust me, I got a lot of things to take care of because I'm the guy. I'm the chosen one out the family besides my brother." And he's like, "Yeah, it's about a challenge. It's about like, I could you like, pay this challenge for me. Once I pass it, I'll pay it back." I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been 3 years. I've been teaching. Not one time have I gotten $100 sent to me and say, "Yo, bro, man, you made me do 3,000, bro. I'm giving you a gift card today." Not once have I gotten a Christmas note or a gift card. Why would I be trying to pay your challenge when I've done it before for him, actually?
Damn, not even a birthday gift,
Not even.
not even a cash app.
Shh.
You know what I'm
I'm gonna mute you. There are some exceptions. You're right. But like I wanted to show him like at this point you should not be asking me to pay for your challenge, bro. I give too much knowledge for that. I'm the last person you should be asking to pay your challenge. If I'm feeling generous, okay, but not under these circumstances because I'm teaching psychology. I haven't even charged you guys for mentorship in years. Do you know how much money I'm missing out on? Meanwhile, everybody else is outside buying Lambos. You know why, right? Here's how I made $30,000. Yeah, because there's a lot of streams coming in. I'm not hating. I'm just letting you know, like, I chose to teach a specific way because I wanted to help you guys for real. And I just didn't want to hear the excuses how you can't pay to be a part of this group a month to month. Like I just didn't want to hear that shit. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna take the L. I'm gonna teach as much as I can for free. Then you got people outside on the internet. Nice try, Diddy. Uh, traders are just trying to eat off of our courses. Some of them do, but that sometimes make me not even want to teach another soul. Because if I'm gonna put all my heart and energy towards somebody or a lot of people who don't even really show growth, right? It's like, damn. And then the world want to just kind of talk crazy about traders who are really trying to help. That's why I'd rather focus on you guys and focus on your wins because I want to see you succeed. I really do. And I'm not asking for gifts. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, like, yo, I've gifted more than I've gotten gifted. So in the best gift out of this year, y'all, my the if I want a Christmas gift is to see as many wins as possible in my community. I don't care if it's $200 that I'm seeing being pulled out from the market once a month. That's going towards a bill. It's going towards the kids. It's going towards something. I want to see that. So can we work together and actually be more accountable? Can we do that?
Yes, we can.
Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Because I really, for real, might stop teaching after this year, bro. So now, today is not a trading day. We can see why. There's nothing going on. And that's not our typical entry style, right? But we're going to follow up. If some of y'all can wake up in London, that's fine. If you can't, that's also fine because price, now that we noticed that they couldn't make a new high, it just broke structure. It's two things that could happen. It's either going to pull back a little bit more or just kind of consolidate and continue. And so we got to go to a higher time frame. Appreciate you, Bianca. That means a lot. It looks like the next target really is just down here, these areas. So the next time I trade, it's probably going to be a sell back down to the 33 14s. And you guys know nowadays with gold, 8 p.m. there's some continuations going on. So if we couldn't get nothing in New York, hey, pull up in Asia. There could be some opportunities. All right. And in the case of US 30, looks like these guys are and are looking to sell a little bit more. So because if we can't catch sniper entries, precise entries, we're gonna scale into the positions. So instead of putting $10, we're gonna put $2, $3, and scale up to the positions as it goes into the intended direction. Okay, guys?
Happy.
What we're not gonna do is keep blowing a whole bunch of accounts and challenges. We don't have all that type of money anyway. All right. So I wanted to have that chit chat with y'all. Did this actually contribute in ways you could never imagine today? Did this conversation bring a lot of enlightenment?
Yes, sir.
Good. All right. So I'm going to provide you the recording once it's available. Now I'm about to enjoy the rest of my day. And I hope you do too. All right, guys?
You have a great day.
On. Good
You too.
day.
Hey, thanks, Hans.
Of course.